Hello and welcome to another video. It is Thursdays, friends, which means it's time for another study session. I know I said for a while that I wasn't going to draw like people for my study sessions, and technically I did draw people last week because I was drawing hair, and this week we're also drawing people. But you guys, I was like, I don't know what to study. And I was like, I haven't done expressions in a while. And I was like, well, if I do expressions, it doesn't have to be a study video. I can just like post it on Wednesday. But then I came up with a different video to draw on Wednesday. So this is going to be today's study session. So yeah, we're drawing expressions. Usually when I draw expressions, I do like expression memes. But I was like, I don't want to look on Google. I guess I'll just use Pinterest today. And so I went on Pinterest and I was like, expressions. And it came up with people, like actual people. And so I was like, oh, let's actually try to draw expressions from actual people and not like drawings. And so that's what we're doing today. So because we're using like actual people, I didn't really push the expressions too much, just because, I mean, there's only so expressive the human face actually is. Like, it can get pretty expressive, but the ones that I was drawing from were not like super expressive, and that's okay, because sometimes you have to practice subtlety also. And also, I only actually picked the drawing the lady that were in the photos because she kind of had like the same haircut as Kira, and I was like, she kind of looks like Kira. And so I was like, let's draw Kira. And so we're drawing some expressions for Kira today. And honestly, Kira doesn't really have too many like wild expressions. I mean, sometimes she does, like when she's like smiling really big, or like when she's angry. But other than that, I don't really want her range of expressions to be like too wide, just because her like one of her like main things is like she's always smiling. And so I'm like, some of these expressions are not canon because a lot of them that I'm doing, they're like frowning, and she doesn't really frown. The only time she's not smiling when she's like super angry, but when she is super angry, like her whole face is like silhouetted, so you can't even see that she's frowning. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. I mean, it's still good to practice even if you don't really plan on using those things in your art. The very first drawing you see me do, her hair looks a little bit different just because I was sort of kind of trying to copy the hair that the lady had in the original photos. And it's just like, who gives a shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, it doesn't really look like Kira. But honestly, I don't know if I like the haircut a little bit more. I feel like it looks more like hair, and I'm trying to get better at drawing hair. So I kind of use this as an excuse to try and draw hair a little bit better too. But yeah, you guys, I don't really have anything super constructive to say about these. I think it was fun to do, but I don't know if I really learned anything about it. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I did learn something, because when I was looking at the expressions, I was noticing that for a lot of them, her eyes were open a little bit more. Usually when I'm drawing people like smiling or like angry, their eyes get very squinted, which is true to like expressions. Like, your eyes do get pretty squinted when you smile, and they do get squinty when you're angry. But she had like pretty wide-eyed, not like super wide-eyed, but where you can see like the roundness of the entire iris, and it was like cut in half. And I was like, I didn't really draw it like that. When I'm thinking about it, I'm like, the eyes are usually hidden, and sometimes when I like drawing the eyes and you can see the bottom of the iris, I feel like it looks weird. It makes them look like they're really like wide-eyed and surprised. But I'm like, maybe I should try to incorporate more of the iris into my drawings, because honestly, this really did help with the expressions a little bit. I mean, I don't think any of the expressions really are like one-to-one with the way the lady looks. I'm not very good at drawing realistically or like following what the reference looks like. Honestly, I'm not really good at that, but I did my best here, and I feel like some of them maybe were better, and then others were not maybe so good, but that was okay. And also, she had some expressions where her eyes were like kind of closed, like half lidded, or not even half lidded, like they were almost all the way closed. And I'm like, I never draw people with their eyes almost all the way closed, ever. I don't know why. I'm just like, their eyes are open or they're shut. That's it. And so that was fun to practice. I really didn't do too much though. I did like 4 of them. I was gonna do more, but this video was already getting kind of long. I mean, honestly, you guys are like watching the video and it's only 10 minutes, but which means it was a 20-minute session. But I really didn't want it to keep going. No, it wasn't. It was actually longer than that because I cut some of the dead air out. It was like 25 minutes or something, and I was like, I really don't want to edit a 40-minute video today. You're like, we didn't want to order what's it called? You didn't want to edit a 40-minute video the other day either. And I'm like, I'm lazy, you guys. Especially when it's getting close to the end of the year. And I'm like, I'm kind of going to take December off. And it's like, so I can like reorient my mind for the next coming year to see if I really want to keep doing my YouTube channel, which I think that I do. It's just that the way that I have it set up, I don't really like it so much. I think it's getting me a little bit tired. But I have been feeling a little bit more invigorated, so I don't really want to give up on my channel. I'm just rethinking things a little bit. So yeah, but back to the expressions. Like I said, I was having fun with them. I think this one probably is my favorite just because I get to draw Kira's teeth. I don't really ever draw teeth, you guys. Even when someone's like really wide smile, I don't really draw the teeth. Sometimes I try to draw like in the fangs sometimes, but honestly, I don't really draw teeth that often. I feel like maybe I should practice drawing teeth, because I feel like if we draw teeth, that can really change like the way a person's like expression is looking. Like when someone's really sad and they're like sobbing, you like notice like their mouth is open, you can see like their bottom row of teeth. And I feel like when you can only see the bottom row of teeth and not the top row of teeth, that really changes the expression. Like especially when you're sad, it makes you look double sad, because it's like I don't know how to explain it. It just makes you look more sad, right? And then sometimes you can only see the top layer of teeth, and I feel like that really helps if it's like an angry sort of expression and stuff like that. Like I'm making weird faces because I'm like trying to think about it out loud and like, you know, doing the expressions. Whenever I talk about expressions, or whenever I draw expressions, I am always making the face that I'm drawing. It's unfortunate. I think that a lot of artists are like that, because you're like trying, like whenever I'm like drawing a pose, I like sometimes I'd like do the pose so that way I can get what I want it to look like, right? I'm like, how would this be? And I'm like orienting myself in like 3D space, so that way I can like think about it in 3D space in my mind. And so that kind of works the same way with the expression. You're like, I'm drawing the expression, and so my face is like falling into the expression because I'm thinking so hard about how the expression looks. So like that default for my mind is like make the expression, right? And so yeah, that one's probably my favorite. This one that I'm working on currently is probably my least favorite, because she had her lips like sort of kind of squished, and like a sort of kind of pout type thing, and I never really draw mouths like that, and it's really hard for me to draw mouths really small that way. I feel like it always looks weird, and especially when the mouth is like puckered, I can't really get that. I haven't really been able to get that down yet, so I feel like it looks really weird and strange, and I don't really like it that much, but that's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. I had to practice that a little bit more. I feel like some artists can do that really well. Like I'm like, that's so beautiful. Like it looks weird, right? Because when you make that expression, it does look weird, but I'm like, it looks weird in an appealing way. And I feel like I'm not very able to draw things that look weird, but in an appealing way. I have to think about that more and try to figure out how to do it in a way that is appealing. I've said appealing like so many times, you guys. And then after I do these, I was kind of inspired to like do a really big one right at the bottom. Just because I wanted to draw another one with someone whose like eyes were mostly closed, and so I do another one of those after I finish this next one. Actually first I color all of these in first before I do that, but then after that I draw one really big, and I was like, that's fine. I kind of wanted to do more because I didn't actually fill up that page. There's like a little bit of blank space right at the bottom, and I was like, I could probably draw my heads here, but I was like, I really don't want to. This video is getting too long, and I really don't want to do any more. But it's fine. I really did want to draw another person with their eyes like mostly closed, just because, like I said, I don't really draw that pose that much, or that the look in the eyes too much, like where the eye gets like really curved to show that it's closed. Mostly when I draw like the eyes sort of kind of closed, I draw the eyelid very flat and not very curved at all, and I'm like, I have to get better at that, because the whole point of your eyeball is that it's a ball, and so when your eyes are closing, it gets like your eyelid it's wrapping around the ball shape, so it should be very curved. And I never draw it that way, you guys. I draw it super flat. So I'm like, there's nothing wrong with doing that, honestly. It's like, draw how you want to draw it. But it's like, I feel like it helps with the like closed eyes look. If it is rounder, it looks more like the eye is closed. And so I wanted to get better at doing that. I mean, currently right now, I'm just filling in some color here. It's actually, I'm supposed to say it's been a while since I've used these watercolor pens in my sketchbook, which is not entirely untrue. I did use them previously. I just feel like it's been a while since you guys have seen them. Let me know if that's true. I think that is true, because last week I didn't really sketch anything for you guys, which is why I made sure that I had a sketching video in here today. I had 2 sketching videos this week, because I was like, I haven't really been sketching in my sketchbook too much on camera, just because I've been wanting to sort of kind of color in there more. I haven't even really colored that much in there. I've only done like how many pages? 4 pages? No, only 3, I think. Only 3 colored pages. No, 4. I forgot the front page. I colored it. I've only done 4 pages of colored stuff. But honestly, that's a lot more than I did in my last sketchbook. I think in my last sketchbook, I only did like 1, 2, like 3 pages. Okay, not a lot. No, I actually did 4 pages. Did I? I didn't draw that. I didn't color that much in my old sketchbook, but it was like 4 pages throughout the whole thing. And I've already done like 4 pages just in the beginning of the sketchbook. I've only like 10 pages into it, so it feels like I've done more coloring. And so I was like, I kind of should do more sketching for you guys. I don't know. Do you guys prefer sketching videos or coloring videos? I feel like sketching videos are more fun, because you can see like a drawing come out of nowhere. I mean, coloring is nice and stuff, but like the sketching, I think, is where it's at. It's like, that drawing was not there, now it's there now. Oh my god. That's what I like to watch anyway. Not that I don't like coloring videos. I do like coloring videos. I think they're very soothing. And so I'm like, should I start doing coloring videos with no sound? And I don't know, you guys. I'm trying to figure out a new way of how I want my camera to be positioned, because I feel like just watching top-down speed paints is kind of boring for you guys, and also it's like a pain in the ass to film. Honestly, when I used to make like Instagram reels, I kind of prefer to do those, because I could like record like me doing like one stroke, and then I could just color in a bunch of other stuff, and then I could come back again and just record another stroke. I kind of like that way of filming video. And so I never switch to that, because it's very short that way. And so like I would do that for like 30 seconds, and I'd be like, okay, it's done. I don't want my videos to just be shorts. I kind of like long form videos, and I do like talking to you guys. I just have to figure out a new way of how I want to film my videos, because I don't think I like the way I'm filming them currently, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad to say, but maybe when I go on my break in December, I'll think about it a little bit harder. Anyway, we're here at the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next one.